Bula friends, today is January 21st and we are in Bangalore and we'll be heading out to Nandi Hills, which is about 2 hours away from main Bangalore where I'm staying at, which is at the Christ University. So we're gonna go there, go to the heights, enjoy the temperature, the views, cooler temperature over there, and then we're gonna go explore the place. And then there is a 900 plus year old temple that you can see in the rocks. We're gonna go visit that, and afterwards we're going to come back down from there and have breakfast. So I left very early in the morning, like almost 5 o'clock in the morning. It was still dark, and we were still caught with traffic because it was a Sunday. So we're going to go inside that rock caves that you see over there, and also into the Tipu Sultan's summer palace. And Tipu Sultan was one of those rulers. He was also known as Mysore, and he ruled from 1782 to 1799. So he was the eldest son of Sultan Hyder Ali, and his wife was Fatima Fakr-ur Nisar, and he was born in Devonhalli in 1751. So going back to the picture here, I was waiting outside Christ campus, outside the back gate of the university, and the Uber driver kept cancelling, and so I cancelled his deal and got another Uber driver who was willing to drive the 2.5 hours. And this driver was kind enough. He took me over there, and then he told me on the way that there was no phone signal, so I couldn't book another Uber on the way back. There was as we were driving, I noticed there's a big temperature difference. I mean, it was much warmer down here on the in the town and the city of Bangalore, and as we were going up, climbing the hills, the temperature was getting colder and colder. So here we are, heading over past the Bangalore airport and heading north, and then we passed some toll gates. We headed north, and then there was almost like within 2 minutes of passing one toll gate, there was a second toll gate. So I don't know what's up with that, but it seemed like they wanted their money for kind of rough roads, but it is what it is. And we just persevered and continued on, and there the driver has his electronic thing, and just paid, and we moved on. But it was very nice, getting nice, cool and crisp morning, kind of away from all the heavy dense smog and all that. I mean, the air quality is still not too bad in Bangalore. I mean, it's still much better than other places like Delhi and stuff like that, but it gets better on the way up. That's what I mean. It was very nice to see the sun come up. It was dawn, and as the sun started to come up, we could see better, and we saw all the rice paddies and all that. Sorry, not the rice paddies, but just some kind of pasture out there with the cows grazing and stuff like that. It was just getting better. The driver told me about all those trees that are lining. Those are made into furniture, so it's some very high quality wood that they grow towards the hills up there, and those trees are the ones that you can see on the side. And actually you'll see further up that they are actually lined up with all those trees. That's what we were talking about here. As we got closer, the mountain range started to appear, and so we were going to go beyond these hills that you see up there, and go past that. As you can see, it started looking really nice, and I was getting excited to go on to the other side of those hills. After the 2-hour journey, we arrived here and we see this long line of people waiting to enter the gate. Everybody was just waiting patiently, and we thought that by leaving early we would be ahead of the line, but apparently not, because there were hundreds, if not thousands of cars ahead of us, all the way up into the main parking area. So we had another 45 minutes to an hour wait, just up all these, and then finally the police, they were monitoring the traffic, and they just sequenced all those people in. Of course, you see the road, you might think that this is a one-way road, going up the hill and then coming out the other side. No, that's not the case. This is just everybody going there, and it's a two-way road. So because being India, everybody rides on every part of every inch of the road, going up or coming down. That road is actually a two-way lane. So whenever somebody was coming down, everybody was just held up. And the cops were kind of aggressive over there, because some people were just being silly with it, and I don't blame them. They did a good job of moving the people through that dense traffic. So here it is, another picture of how we were just stopped, and then I got out of the car and just was waiting. We patiently waited and moved. I sped up the video here because once we were in, and the cops were coordinating traffic, so we were kind of moving at a even pace, but it was still very slow. I just sped up the camera here just so that we can get there quickly. And once we got there, then the line started up again. There is a small admission fee to pay to enter. I think it was probably like 20 rupees or something, which in US dollars is like a few cents, but it was totally worth it. I mean, it could have been more, I don't know, I forgot. But here it is, the grand entrance. And so we once we go in, you will see how dense the parking structure is, and how best they try to manage, because any inch of space there's a vehicle going in. I mean, I'm talking literally inches. So people just drive in, and whether it's a motorcycle or a rickshaw or even a vehicle, so whoever's vehicle knows is ahead gets the chance. I think this is the logic here. I could be wrong, but other than that, there's no other rules that I could gather. And I've been here almost 3 weeks now, and I'm still discovering new things every single day. So far that's my observation, but if anybody knows better, then you could always comment and correct me. So the hike starts almost right away, and if you need to use the restroom, then of course there are clean restrooms that they charge 5 rupees if you have to go and do pee, and if you have to go number 2, I'm not sure how much that one was, but ended up paying 5 rupees, which is very generous, I think, in a way, because of all the work that's involved with cleaning up and the upkeep of that bathroom. So I tried to make my way to that sunrise point, but obviously I was much later than the sun had come up, probably by 45 minutes or so, because of the traffic waiting over there. So missed the sunrise. Supposedly is very, very nice, but if you can beat the traffic, then that might be possible. However, it was still very nice to get up there. The walk was very refreshing. So as I made my way up there, you do feel the burn in your legs because you are constantly climbing. So they have made some resting points, like this one here, as you can see, so you can go kind of catch your breath and also see the nice views from there. And you can see the monkey is also catching his view up there. So I think somebody told me over here not to put my camera through that because the monkey could actually grab it and take off with it. They probably have bigger plans, maybe with the camera, I guess. Anyway, I was lucky enough that that did not happen, and so I continued on up to the sunrise point, and there are some other temples up there, and there's more to see as we go. So we continued walking and then reached the top. It's that place on the right hand side is called Mayura Pine Top Sunrise Restaurant. So that's like up there. I didn't go for any eating or anything. I wasn't feeling it was too early for having anything. So I just kind of continued here. After that hike, it was pretty nice to see the sunrise point, the way they have cut it out and made that little walkway over there, and that overlooks the canyon kind of thing, or the valley. I'm not sure what we would call that, but it was really nicely done. There were no monkeys or anything in that area that I saw that could steal the cameras or harass the people. Just a beautiful area, and you can see the rays of the sun. So I'm sure it must have been really nice when the sun comes up and you can see the sunrise. These heritage buildings were damaged and we were not allowed to go in there, and it did look in ruins, and it's kind of on the edge. Not sure what they were made for, probably a fort or something, but I just stuck my camera inside there and just so that we can have a look in there, and continued walking up. There were some other vehicles out there like this one. I guess you can drive all the way up, and obviously this is an ambulance, but that just means that there's roadways up all the way up here. I wish we could drive up, but not. I didn't have any clue, so I just walked. It was a nice walk, and so from one place to the other. And then this is another temple here. I did not go inside there, inside the temple. I hear it's pretty nice and pretty big in the area, but I just wanted to just continue walking and not really get kind of stuck with the temple and looking inside, because I came to look at the hills, the view and all that. So that's what I did. So where we are right now is one of those places where you'll see on the internet pictures of all these areas, and I'm just making a video here so we can have a kind of 360-degree view if possible. This is the hill, this is the view, this is the beauty that is of this place. The rocks are like really hard, and it was kind of clean, surprisingly. I thought that there'd be a lot of dust or dirt on the rocks, but as you can see, people are sitting there, not a problem. Your clothes do not get dirty. There's some soapstone kind of stuff out there, but for the most part that's all really hard rock. After enjoying the fresh air and taking in all that, I was looking for a way to head back, and so I kind of um, saw the track that I came up, and then there was like a shortcut, so I took that and headed over there, and there were some steps which I kind of came to, and now my next destination was to look for the 1,000-year-old temple that was inside the caves in the mountain ranges. Here I am just amused at the water, how it just kind of makes its way down, and who would have carved all these rocks in these mountains. Anyway, we just continued down and on to the next point, which was the Tipu Sultan summer palace. And after that, it was the temple, the cave temple was deeper into the mountains. The directions were not very clear, so I started walking down the way I had walked up, and there you can see all the vehicles that are parked and all the motorcycles and all that. They don't really call motorcycles, they actually call them two-wheelers for some reason, but that's just their lingo. Usually when you say motorcycle, people kind of give you the funny look like, well, it's actually a scooter or a bicycle or two-wheeler. They identify with two-wheelers. So that's okay. We continued walking, and then as I came back down this way, I realized that there was this other passageway that goes to the other end of the mountain. So I was like, okay, let's go discover what's up there. And of course, it was the Tipu Sultan Palace. And also going further on was the cave temple. So I just continued walking. It's a lot of walking, a lot of hiking. So I'm trying to put all of this together by speeding up the camera, but it took time, at least I think it was 2.5 hours or so for the whole thing, and I was walking a lot faster than all these people around there, so I was overtaking them. Not that I was in any kind of rush, but I was feeling bad for the driver that was waiting for me also, since he had driven whole night, and he told me that there was no signal for my phone, which was true. There was no signal, so I would have been stranded. But anyway, he offered to stay back in the car and sleep, and so I was just trying to be nice and hurry up with my visitation here. I saw people walking through this tunnel here, through this passageway, and I thought, okay, why not, let me go and check it out. And then here I saw that this is the way to the temple. It is called Gavi Veerbhadreshwar temple, which is Shiva temple, a form of Shiva worship. As you can see, the steps going down were pretty raggedy, but it was safe and just a little wobbly in some places. So people ventured out somewhat, and then halfway, not even halfway, just a few steps down, and they decided that this wasn't for them because those were big steps. It might not look like it in the camera, but the temple goes all the way down there. So from my understanding, it has to be at least 100 feet down, but that's a steep going down. And so obviously, if you have done a lot of walking in the morning, going all the way up to the sunrise point and then going downhill, you'll feel the burn, and you do realize that when you come up, it's going to be a difficult walk up. So I took the chance because I'm here. I don't know if I'll ever come back here, so why not, right? I mean, just make a record so that there it is. We all can visit that place, and if not breathe the fresh air, at least we get some visual cues of what it really is out there. So now you can see in the foreground, that's the temple there, and I will go in there, and the Pandit will do some puja, and I'll have a look inside the cave of the actual rock formation. So you can see it's up there. It's about 100 feet or so, but it's a steep incline, and of course with legs worn out, it feels a little bit higher than what it may be. I sincerely hope that you are enjoying this hike with me and enjoying the views. There you can see that it's written there, Veerbhadreshwar temple, which is 1,000 years old temple carved into the mountain, and we shall go in momentarily. So I met some hikers over here, and they had parked on this pathway on the other side of the mountain, and this passageway goes all the way into the hiking areas over there. So now let's enter the temple and see what the priest has. You can see the rock formations, see how it is, how the priest is crouched and all that. Okay, Pilu? आप मुझे ये मंदिर के बारे में एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं इंग्लिश में?
पुराना टेम्पल है। हाँ 900 years का ओल्ड टेम्पल है।
900
हाँ
और
केव में है ना।
ये सारा पत्थर ही है, केव है। और आप ये किस देवी का पूजा है?
वीरभद्रेश्वर।
वीरभद्रेश्वर। तो वो क्या फायदा है?
शिव जी का शिव जी होता है।
So there you had it. It's 900 years old according to the priest, and some people told me 1000. So it's somewhere between 900 and 1000-year-old temple. After visiting that and doing some prayer, we decided to head back. The little dog looked very relaxed over there in the fresh air. Now, just thinking about the big climb back was a little daunting. So it had to be done because I had to go back. So we did it. Asked some people to take some still shots. As I continued climbing, taking little breaks and just persevering, going up, I saw some older gentlemen that were just kind of whizzing right past me. I don't know what they were made of. But in fairness, they did not have the other hike that I had already done. So here we are back to leaving the main gate now. I just left this part in here so you could get a glimpse of what the parking areas are like. By the time I was leaving, so many people had already left. So this is our little vehicle here, and now we head on back out. So after putting some gas in the car, the driver and I were discussing which would be a good place for some breakfast, and I was asking him what we could get, and he told me morning breakfast is usually idli, dosa, rava, and some other things that is staple to Bangalore, Karnataka, South Indian dishes. So here we saw some dhaba style thing that looked a little bit better, and oh my god, this place is really fantastic. Apurva, and that's the name of that place. तब तो इधर ही ट्राई करते हैं. आपको डोसा मिलेगा, हाँ मिलेगा, उस तरह का लेते हैं. चलो ये जो इस तरह का इसे जो है these guys were curious about the camera, and I told them about the channel and that I was trying to build some followers and make some vlogs of my travels, and If you are listening to this, I hope you can subscribe and like my channel as I'm building this, which is more or less just travel and showing you. So that thing in the liquid is the vada, which is in the sambar, and then the other one is like a sweet roti, and that comes with some curry, coconut chutney, and oh my god, this was just out of this world good. ये हमारा खाना हो गया। शुरू करें? हाँ, शुरू करें। मसाला डोसा, ये वाला क्या था? पड्डू 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 पड्डू, ये है पड्डू और ये है वड़ा। तो अब हम इसको फिनिश करते हैं। मैं आपको I took this picture here so we can just see that we are still in the suburbs and away from the main busy Bangalore. This would be a very ideal place to live, I guess, if you were to live, you know, very nice, comfortable. There's cows and everything fresh. So there it is. And after having that meal, I saw this pan place. So I had a Calcutta pan and also as a takeout Banarasi pan. I guess one of them is a sweet pan and the other one is highly chewy pan. I took both, but the one I tried right here was the chewy one, which was really good for digestion and it's a mouth freshener. And I think it was only like 20 rupees. Mustafa is the name of our driver here. This is Mustafa, and he said that I lived very close to the Vidhan Sabha, which is the Indian Parliament for Bangalore. And so he took a detour and he said he was going to show me, make sure that I had seen that place. So we'll just take a quick detour before finishing up here and going back. And that you see there is the High Court, which is directly opposite the Vidhan Sabha, and I think the police commissioner's residence is also somewhere close by, but that's the Vidhan Sabha on the right hand side. As you can see as we approach that, it's a very, very gorgeous building, really terrific. And because this was a Sunday, there was also people who were bringing out their antique vehicles. So I didn't know that there was that show over there. Otherwise, I would have probably spent more time. But I didn't want to keep holding Mustafa. So we just kind of continued, took some pictures. And now that you see that building over there, that's the new one that they are trying to copy the older Parliament building. The older one is made of such a material that it does not need washing or cleaning. It just maintains its luster and its color. So they still are not exactly sure what or how they made it, but they're trying to copy and make a new one on the other side of the road, which was kind of grey and unpainted just yet. So I'm not sure if that was just myth or if it's reality, but it sure was very pretty to see. As we approach the junction, you will see there's probably 2 lines, and you can count the number, 2 or 3 lanes, and you can count the number of vehicles that are on it. So anyway, we are approaching the end of the journey, and heading back. I do appreciate you watching this video and having a trip with me to Nandi Hills. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation, and I hope that you can like, subscribe and share my channel, and this encourages me to produce more. And since I am here in Bangalore for a little bit, I will continue making more videos of where I am, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.